everyone, this is Sunniva and you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and welcome to another Every Game in a Collection video. Today we're getting into a little heavier games and I'm excited for that. First up we have Quadropolis. Oh, that is not a very heavy game. This is one of my favorite gateway games, and you're building a city and you're like the way you're grabbing tiles, you have to grab them with a architect. And that architect has a number, and that like shows you where in the city you can place him. So you kind of like want to have the right buildings in the right place, but then you get really restricted to what kind of you need to have that architect to take it, but you don't want to place it there. And you also get points for like the very different buildings and where you place them, and you can also, some buildings you can build on top of each other. So it's got a easy mode, or like a classic, and a little advanced mode, and it's also got an expansion, I think. Oh, don't quote me on that, but it's a very, very good and solid game, one of my favorite gateways. Then we have Spirit Island. This is one of my favorite co-op games. Oh, we have a lot of good games here. I haven't played it a lot and it's been a long time, but your spirits on this island, and you have special abilities, like your special abilities, and I think you're playing cards. Well, you're protecting them, like the island, from what it is called, conquistadors, the evil humans that are trying to invade the island, and you're trying to like cooperate with the other spirits and try to figure out which ways to best use your special abilities. This is a heavy game and it's complex and it's super AP prone, because you have to get your mind into how your spirit works and how to play along with the other spirits. My favorite thing I think about this game is how in a lot of co-op games there's always a lot of luck. Usually, like in Robinson Crusoe, you can just be like, oh, we're planning for bad weather, we're building this super cool fence, and then it's all sunny and you got sick and died because you hadn't got the chance to buy medicine, make medicine. So it feels like very random at times. I know people love that game anyways, but here you don't have a die, you have cards that you can plan for. So yeah, it's random, but you can plan like 2-3 turns ahead to see what can I do to counter this randomness. I really love that. Then we have Rampage. It also has another name now. I think it's Terror in Meeple City. It's the same game. You are a dinosaur dragon monster that are trying to terrorize this city, and the city is made of meeples, and it's made of these buildings that are kind of like tiles stacked on top of each other with meeples in the middle, and you're trying to use your abilities to eat the most meeples and destroy the most things, and it's just super fun. And you're trying not to hurt yourself, because then you're losing your teeth and you'll lose, I think. Yeah, it's fun. And then we have Seven Wonders. It's Seven Wonders, the classical, super fun, I think. I really like Seven Wonders because this is a game that I can sit down and play, and it's always fun because the downtime is like nearly not there, because you're all doing things simultaneously. It's a drafting game, a card drafting game that is in 3 eras. So you're trying to the cards that you're taking are more and more complex, and you need more resources for it, and you're trying to build up resources and market stalls in the beginning, and then trying to go for the really cool cards that gives you sets of things or points or a lot of war. And you can play this up to 7 people, but you're only always interacting with your neighbors. so you don't have to keep track of everything. I really like it. It's a little hassle to teach to new players because there's a lot of symbols and things going on, but when people know it, it goes by fast and you can play it with a lot of people, and it's got a few cool expansions as well, so I like it. Then we have Cash and Guns. This is a party game. This is not my favorite party game. It's trying to like, you are a gang of, is it gangsters? Yeah, you're some shady people and you have robbed us. Yeah, maybe you're robbers, thieves and robbers. Okay, you're trying to like distribute the loot that you have looted, and you're trying to shoot and point your gun at the people that you think has got the most loot. So you don't want them to get anything this turn, so you want them to back down, and then you can try to shoot them. And I think there's some bluffing involved too, so you can like shoot them for real or just not shoot them and just be like, oh, I bluffed you. Yeah. Then we have Santorini. That is a 2-player game, and you're trying to like go head to head with your 2 dudes and trying to build a stairway of buildings so you can get to the top of one building and then be the winner. The cool thing about this game is that you have a lot of special abilities to choose between from, and then it kind of changes up how you play the game. So you can get a player power that lets you win in a different way, let you move in a different way, give you restrictions or give you special powers, and there's a lot of them, so there's a lot of variability. And if you're looking for a game that like mixes up an abstract 2-player game, this is really cool actually, and it looks super pretty on the table. The buildings and stuff just looks so nice. Then we have Deception, Murder in Hong Kong. I haven't played it a lot, but this is like a social deduction game, and you're trying to figure out who the murderer is, like based on these clue cards. I think I need to play it again. This is nice to play with a little crowd. I don't remember I think it has a neat play count. Let me see here. Yeah, it's up to 12 players. You can play this with a lot of people, and you're trying to like, yeah, because I don't know. Do you know that you're the murderer? I don't remember. I don't know if you know that you're the murderer yourself, or you don't know and you're just trying to not have bad luck with the things that turn up. But anyways, it's fun. It's a fun game. Then we have Steampunk Rally, and I've played it once a long time ago, but I remember it was really fun. You have these like steampunk race, like go-kart race, like kinda, and you're trying to build a motor machine, like your engine. Yeah, engine. Both like game engine and real engine that will take you the fastest to the finish line because it's a race, and you really have this feeling that you're building your engine up and it's getting better and better and better, and it was really fun playing it. Then we have Dungeon Pets. This was one of my favorite games for a long time. I really love this game, and this is maybe one of my biggest disappointments because this is a funny story. I hadn't played it in a long time, and I was always wanting to play this. So every time Johannes was like, okay, what should we play? And we were like 3 or 4 people, I would always say Dungeon Pets, and it became a regular thing that I always suggested this game. And for my birthday one year, one of our regular gaming friends, he gave me a birthday present that he would learn the games for Dungeon Pets and he would play it with me. and we got together. I think it was a 4-player game, and I was just so disappointed because it was totally random and I didn't really like it as much anymore. It's a worker placement game, and the thing that I think is cool is that you have these little imps that are your workers, and to go to some of the worker placement spaces you have to have like, oh, I need 3 imps, or this imp needs to have a coin with him as he goes. And the thing is that the turn order is based on the biggest group. So if you want to have the first pick, you have to use like many imps on few actions. And if it's not that important, then you can have many imps doing different actions instead. And you're getting these super cute dungeon pets that are just wacky and annoying and just poops a lot. And you need cages for them, you need toys, you need protection, and you want to, at the end of the day, fill their needs. And that is not hard to do. No, it's hard to do. It's not easy. And that is the randomness that I think killed the game a little for me, and that was not very fun. I was a little bit disappointed. I think I will never play this again. It's in the shelf of nostalgic reasons. Maybe we'll get rid of it someday, but yeah, it's a special game to talk about. So then we have Founders of Gloomhaven. This is a game by Isaac Childress, the designer of Gloomhaven, and it's set in the same like universe, but it's not like Gloomhaven at all. This is a Euro game, and you're basically on this grid map that you share, that is the board, and you're trying to connect buildings to resources and build buildings and get access to more advanced resources that you can buy more advanced buildings. And while I thought it was fun, it wasn't like something that was a kind of no fun. It didn't give me this hooked feeling that I sometimes get playing a really fun game, so it didn't like really grab me, but it's a solid game. And then we have Railroad Revolution. I have no real recollection of playing that at all, so I'm actually unsure if I actually have played it, but it's one game that I've heard a lot of positive things about, so I hope to get to play it someday. Then we have Paranormal Detectives. This is a party game where you're one is playing the ghost and the other players are playing the mediums that are trying to like channel the ghosts into telling them a story. And you do that in different ways, so you get the ghost to draw on your back or mime or make a sound or kind of draw or make your hand to draw. And it's fun. It's about figuring out how the ghost died and who he was, and answering all the questions before your opponents do. What is really cool with this game is that you can actually play it in teams. I don't think it's official rules because we just tried it on a whim because we were a lot of people at the birthday party and we just wanted to try it, so we split into teams, and then I think it was more fun because then we had to just discuss in the team, oh, we think it is a fireman, or is it like pyroman, what is that in English? I don't know. Someone who says fire do things, or is it the firefighter, or did he drown, or was he like strangled? You got that fun talking about it, because in the original game you don't really talk, you just try to sit on the information yourself. Then we have Matches of Madness. This is second edition. You probably heard of it. This is a like dungeon crawler with set in the Cthulhu Lovecraft universe, and it's just solving puzzles, exploring the spaces, really creepy monsters, and learning a 6-6 story that it gets you twisted with madness. And it's fun, but it's a beast to play. It takes a lot of time, and it's a cooperative game, so I don't always get Johannes to play those games with me, and then Matches of Madness isn't my top choice. Time Stories. Haha. I really like Time Stories. If you haven't checked it out, I think you should. This is a really cool co-op story game, and it's a lot of scenarios that are really different, and I really can't say that much about it. I just want you to check it out. It's super, super cool. And we played it a lot. We played all the scenarios for the first game. Or yeah, this is like a game system. And I think it's cool to play it all in the right order. But now there's some Time Stories 2.0 has come out, and we played the first scenario, and that was really fun as well. A little different, but I like it so far. So we have Tapestry. This is a stronghold game, and no, it isn't it? I don't know. Stonemaier is. I'm not that good on the games. I think it's a Stonemaier game. Well, it's fun. It's been a lot of talk about Tapestry since it came out because of the imbalance it is to the game. It's a Euro game where you're moving up on these tracks, and that is basically the game. And I think it's super fun. And I think when we got it, that we played it like 5-6 times in a row because we just couldn't stop playing it because it was so fun. But the thing about this game is that it's very lucky and doesn't feel that balanced, because you get your own like player power, like a faction, and some of the factions feel really good compared to other factions, and there have been some sort of like talking about adjusting the points so it becomes fair. I really like playing it, and I have to judge of that, so I can see the problems about it, but I just had so much fun anyways, so I think it's still good. Behind me here we have the two lost games. It's Escape from the Game 1 and 2, and it just contains a lot of cool escape room games. Some are better than others, but I think the ones in here and not in the like separate expansions are really solid. The ones here, and it has each scenario is different. You're trying to solve puzzles like an escape box or an escape room, so it's pretty straightforward escape room games. That is another video. Oh, and I've completely forgotten. The last video, for the ones tracking these things, I was sitting on a chair, and now I'm sitting on the floor. So this is the next shelf, and that is the last of this giant shelf we have down here, and I'm going to move over to a little smaller shelf, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm Sunniva, and you've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings, and bye bye.